Welcome back. Today we are on Lesson 5 and we'll learn about the benefits of tracking our food intake and also how to effectively track it. There are many ways to do this, and we want to help you find a way that fits with your lifestyle. Did you remember to do your homework from last session? You were asked to track your food portions for 3 days. How did you do? To add on to tracking your food today, we will also help you to make sense of food labels, identifying a few key things that can help you to choose the best foods at the grocery store. As always, don't forget that any resources referenced during this presentation will be linked above the video for your convenience. Several studies have shown that people who keep food journals are more likely to be successful in losing weight and keeping it off. In fact, a researcher from one recent study says that people keeping a food diary 6 days a week lost about twice as much weight as those who kept food records 1 day a week or less. Why do you think those who track their food are more successful? A food diary immediately increases your awareness of what, how much, and why you are eating. They can also help you to identify key areas where you can make changes. For example, maybe you tend to eat more of your calories at night. You might also begin to notice which foods are packing on the most calories. A journal can hold you accountable to what you really are eating. Sometimes we might think we are eating less than we actually are. Meet Sally. She is working on weight loss, trying to focus on whole foods. She has been eyeballing portions and is frustrated that she has not been losing weight. Did you know that most people underestimate their calories by about 30%? If you were to look back and recall what you had ate yesterday, could you do it accurately? Below is an example of what Sally actually ate and what she thought she ate. For breakfast, the extra half cup of cereal and milk added 100 extra calories. Her morning coffee with milk and sugar added about another 50. You can see how this would add up throughout the day. Notice for lunch that Sally forgot to account for her sweetened iced tea, which is about 150 calories. She also forgot to account for her mid-afternoon snack, about 250 calories. Drinks are something we forget to account for when tracking food. Or maybe we account for a cup of coffee, but we don't count the added calories from cream and sugar that we put into it. Notice at dinner that Sally did not closely pay attention to the salad dressing, butter on her potatoes, and sweetened iced tea, which added about 275 extra calories. If you add these minor additions up, that gives her 970 extra calories for the day, and 275 of those calories are coming from beverages alone. This sense of awareness that we get from tracking is an essential piece of the weight loss puzzle. In the beginning, as you are getting used to portion sizes, using a kitchen scale, measuring cups, and spoons can help you to recognize accurate portions. Reading food labels can help you understand how many calories and servings are in packaged food. As you will soon notice, we may often eat more than what a food label considers to be one serving, so that's why a calculator may also come in handy. There are so many ways that you can track your food. Our team recommends that you track your food either through a food tracking app or website, or by using the nutrition handout linked above this video or located in your toolkit. Any of these approaches will help you to stay within a certain calorie target. Let's talk about some best practices for food tracking. If you do not have time to enter your food into your journal right away, take a photo, do a voice recording, or write it down somewhere and transfer it into your journal when you can. The more time that goes by without writing your food down, the less accurate the tracking becomes. Remember to account for everything you eat in a day. As we saw in Sally's case, beverages and snacks can really add up. It is incredible how far technology has come. Many people are turning to food tracking apps and websites to look up calorie and nutrient information in food. This approach can empower you to learn how your daily food choices impact your overall nutrition and weight. With some food tracking apps, You can even scan the barcode of the food items that you may be eating, and the calorie information will go straight to your journal. The biggest drawback to this approach is the time that it can take, though, to log every food item. Once you understand a true portion size, you can also use common objects to help you measure. For example, a ping pong ball can represent 2 tablespoons, which is a single serving of peanut butter. A 3-ounce serving of meats is about a deck of cards, and 1 serving of fruits or vegetables is the size of a tennis ball. You can also use your hand to get an estimate of serving size. This can be especially useful when you are eating outside of the home. Does anything surprise you here? Don't be discouraged if it takes a while to get used to. After a little practice, you will be a pro at knowing the serving size of your food. When trying to understand healthy choices, ignore nutrition claims on the front of the package, such as heart healthy or low carb. Go directly to the nutrition facts label to make better informed choices. Let's take a deep dive into each one of these different sections. First, let's start with serving size. All the other facts on the label are based on this amount. Serving size is often much smaller than you think. Do you remember in an earlier slide where we suggested that you may need a calculator to determine your servings? This is a perfect example. This macaroni and cheese label tells us that if we were to eat the whole package, we would actually need to multiply everything on this label by 2. In this example, if you ate 2 servings, you would be eating 500 calories. In the last lesson, you determined what your daily calorie need was by using websites such as Calorie King. If you missed that activity, we have linked Calorie King above this video. It is essential to know how many calories a day you should aim for so that you can meet your weight loss goals. Knowing your calorie target will help you to determine how many servings of food you can have and still stay in your calorie range. We do know that counting calories is not for everyone. If counting calories isn't for you, we recommend using the nutrition handout linked above. In this document, you will actually learn how many servings of different food groups you should aim for based on your calorie range per day. These nutrients listed in yellow are ones that you should limit. Although know that not all fat is bad. You should focus on getting the majority of your dietary fat intake from mono and polyunsaturated fats, which are found in plant oils. Then there are fats that you should actually try and stay away from. For example, saturated fat and cholesterol are fats that should be limited as much as possible. These can be found in animal products such as cheese, cream, butter, and meat. One fat that should be avoided altogether is trans fat, which is also known as hydrogenated oils, which can be produced during food processing. Trans fat raises cholesterol and increases your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Sources include French fries, commercially baked goods like cookies or donuts, baking mixes, breaded frozen food, shortening, and margarine. In blue, you will see some nutrients most Americans do not get enough of. Dietary fiber, found in plant foods, helps to slow the digestion of carbohydrates, therefore protecting you from developing diabetes. The recommendation for fiber intake is at least 21 to 25 grams per day for women and at least 30 to 38 grams per day for men. As you can see, this macaroni and cheese item is not a good source of fiber. In this case, you would want to make sure that you pair this with something that does have fiber, such as a spinach salad or a cup of fresh baked green beans. Take a moment to think about your challenges. What are the barriers that come up for you when you try to track food? Are you too busy? Snap a few photos or use an audio journal during the day and log your food later on. It's important to find a comfortable way for you to track. Remember, you don't need to track forever. We suggest tracking your food until you reach your goal weight. Also, keep in mind that you have handy resources available to you just linked above this video. The food log can help you track calories, times, and amount of food you ate. And for those who do not like tracking calories, use the nutrition handout, which can help you track servings per day. Next week, we will focus on getting more active. If you would like to listen ahead to any future lesson plans, return to the Health Coaching Diabetes Prevention page. Also, feel free to contact us with any questions that may come up before your next health coaching session. Your homework for next time is to track your food every day using an app or one of the resources mentioned earlier on. Remember, you can use the food log for tracking calories or the nutrition handout for tracking servings. Both are linked right above. Congratulations! You have now completed Lesson 5, Track Your Food.